Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial on how to create passwords for your Thunkable app. Now, your app having a password is very, very important if you want to do kind of escape the app or escape the classroom type games, or you just want to add a password element. You want students to solve different puzzles in your app. So let's get started. So I'm here on the Thunkable website. I've already logged in. I'm going to create a new app. We're going to call this one Password Tutorial. So that's what I'm using this for. All right, and I don't need to create a category, so great. All right, so I am now into my app. Now, for this one, you're going to create 3 different screens. So if you hit the plus button right here, you can do screen 2. This is going to be the oops, I went to the wrong place screen. And this third screen we're going to use eventually as the, oh, great, we got it. Congratulations, you escaped or you figured out the password. So let's go back to screen 1. So in screen 1, what we're going to do right now is we're going to add in one simple element. This is the text input. Now, you can make things fancy schmancy later. You can change what text appears in the hint. All right, you write type here. I can put case sensitive if I really wanted to. Good. All right. And you can add in different things. You can make it center, different colors, different heights. You can add backgrounds, all that fancy stuff. We don't need any of that for our tutorial today, but you can do that later. So now that I have a place for them to put things, now I'm going to go into my blocks. Now in my blocks, you can see all kinds of fun things to choose from. What I'm going to go into first is text input 1, the thing I just created. And what I'm going to pull out first is the when input click. Now this is very important because when somebody types in the text input and clicks enter, it's going to do something. Now what do you want it to do? Well, we have to give it stuff to do. And what we need to do is do some control stuff. I need an if, do, or else. All right, or else do. And we're going to add in that in a second. So, all right, now in this if, do, else, if, do, we can add in other things like else, if into that block, because we're going to need some other things to happen in here as well. All righty. If, do, if, else, do, and now it looks perfect. All right, so let's get all this stuff else. We need to get rid of this one else here, it looks like. So if, do, else, if, do. You get rid of one of these else's. This else we do not need. All right, that is what I want it to look like. That is beautiful. All right, now, if what? What is the thing we wanted to do? Let's take a look here. So I'm going to go back into my text input, and the one you're going to look for here is the if text input 1. All right, and you want it to do something. All right, get text. So if in text of 1, get text. This is the one we want right here. I'm going to put that right here. Now, before we put this in here, we're actually going to add another element here. We're going to add a very, very important logic block. And the logic block has to be equal to something. Now, the reason why, we wanted to make sure whatever text we're putting in is equal to what we want to put in out. So we're going to drop this one inside of it, and we want to put it into. So let me get another text block here, and we're going to put it whatever our password is. So let's say we want our password to say password. Okay, so now we want our password to be lowercase password. And we can put all this stuff. Oopsies. Make sure you grab the whole block. Oopsies. And let's grab from the middle. That works better. All right. So now whatever we put in, if the text equals password, then, all right, it should work. Then we want it to do, we want it to navigate to the correct screen. So then we're going to go into control again. We're going to pick up the navigation block. We're going to drop that bad boy in, and we're going to go to screen 3 because that's our, yay, we got out of there screen, and that's good. Now, what happens if it's the wrong thing? So I'm going to cut and paste this whole thing. I can hit Control C to copy, hit Control V to paste, and now I can drop this one into if, else, if. Now, we want it to be not equal to password. Then it's going to do something. It's going to bring us to that wrong screen. So I'm going to go back into my control. I'm going to grab another navigation block, and this time I'm going to go to navigation screen 2. This navigation screen 2 is going to be the one where it tells us, oh, so that's the wrong place. We should probably head back. So this navigation should work great. So let's go into screen 2 and put the uh-ohs. We were at the wrong place type screen. So I'm going to go out of blocks, back in design. There's nothing here. So I'm going to add a nice little image here. So let me go to scroll down here. Let's see if we can find an image. See labels, button, canvas. Where's my regular old image buttons? So many things. Where is the image button? Are we missing the image button? That's so strange. Image. Oh, there it is. Cool. All right. Let's add the image button here. I don't know why that wasn't a default thing here. Now I can search in my sources, upload files. All right. And I have already one done. It says, oops, wrong password. All right. So I already made this. I saved this file on my computer. So this, you can make this in any kind. I use something called cooltext.com. And what that does, it allows you to make really, really cool text. So check that out, cooltext.com, to make these kind of cool text. You can save it. Fantastic. So let's see what happened here. All right. So is it going to load the image at some point? Hope it does. All right. Now, next thing you do, whenever this image loads, it's being a little finicky here. I'm not sure why this isn't loading. All right. If it doesn't work, you know, delete the image, and we're going to try again. Let's go back into all of my media. So I'm going to try image again. Image. Here we go. Double click, no source file, upload files. Oh, you know why? Because I already have this file. It should be. There it goes. Now it wanted to work the second time. Second time's always a charm. I don't know why it's being so finicky today. Fantastic. So now we have an image. Next thing we're going to add here is we want to add in something very, very important. All right. We're going to add in a button because this button's going to allow us to go back to the other screen. So we're going to add a little button in here. And then the cool thing about the button is, all right, you could try again. You can change the name. Try again. All righty. So now you can try again. And that button will now say that. Now, with this button, we have to create some kind of blocks to make it do something. So now we're going to go back into the blocks. We're going to go to our button. We're going to have our button on the click of the button. We're going to go back to control, and we're going to make a navigation button. We're going to go back to screen 1. And that is as easy as that is. Simple button to go back to the first screen because you made a mistake. So we go back to design. So now we have a button. Oops, wrong password. Now let's go to our third screen. Our third screen, once again, we're going to add a fun little image. Do we have images on here again, or do we have to search it? That is weird. All right, so we've got image. Let me grab that image. All right, this time I'm going to upload a new image. I want to upload the file that says, you did it. That's a good one. So once again, I created this cooltext.com. I made some cool text, saved the image to my computer. That font is a little wonky looking, but I can stretch it out and make it look fancier. You should be able to format that as you wish. All right, so select resizable options, stretch. All right, good visible, yes, margins, padding. All right, so now if you get to the you did it screen, we did it correctly, that's fantastic. You can add other buttons on this screen. These images are editable, you can move them around, but that's not part of this tutorial. So let's see if it works. That's the big thing. So we're going to go back to screen number 1. We're going to go to live test. We are going to type in something wrong. Oops, I did it wrong. Let's try again. So every time I even click in here, can I type something? Oh, it's not even letting me type. That's so wrong. All right, one thing I forgot to mention, I left something incorrect. I left this as click, so when you try to click on things, it didn't work. You got to make sure you put it on submit. If you don't put it on submit, when you click on it, it's never going to give you a chance to type in. So that's one major thing you got to remember. When you have text input, put it on submit. Now let's test this out to see if it actually works. So I can type things in here. If I type something in wrong, it gets to the oops, wrong password. If I got to try again, I type in password. It brings me to, yes, we did it. And yes, we did do it. So once again, there's a lot of fun applications you can do with these blocks in this setup. Now you can put in passwords. You can put in different challenges on your app screen they have to complete in order to put the right password in. You can have a multiple screens in between with a lot of tasks to generate numbers, letters, characters, whatever you want to create the password. So have a lot of fun with this activity. Hope this tutorial was very helpful for inserting a password using Thunkable.